guys, this is TJ with Texas Digital, and what we're going to be talking about today is the latest update CU10, which was the critical response update for State of Decay 2. And that involves our good friend Cash Beaumont here, who today is sporting his gorgeous leprechaun green Pimp Daddy jacket. And basically we're just going to talk about some of the weapons he's going to be giving to you, as well as what it takes to kind of get some of them done a little bit quicker maybe. And we're going to go into a couple of the other things they kind of patched into this latest update that seem to be giving some people, setting them off a little bit, because they did update some things I don't think really needed to be updated, and how you can at least turn one of them off. But, so first off, let's just go in here. We'll talk to Cash for a second here. Let's see. Now the knives right here, let's see here. We start off with the, over here, police knife. Now the police knife is going to be run over 50 Zeds. There's no problem to that. It's not much to say about it. You know, hop in your car, get it done. And I do apologize. I already did unlock these, so I can't show you visually on the screen what it is each one takes to unlock. But I did take notes of them to try to bring you as accurate information as I possibly can. So if I am off on something, I do apologize, but I think I got them down. Let's see here. We go over to the rescue knife, and the rescue knife is going to be 30 Zeds in close combat. And remember, close combat means no bladed weapons, no clubs, stuff like that. It's just going to be your backup piece, which basically is like the rescue knife or whatever it is, your screwdriver, whatever it is. So basically you have to get in there and just like that, prison yard, shank him. And as we can see, good old Cash here, he's a pacifist. He's not even going to fight back. He's just going to take that licking and just smile at us and do business with us again. So get back to talking to him. So once again, so close combat means just your backup weapon only. And then we're going to move over to the metal nightstick. Now I believe the metal nightstick is 60 Zeds bludgeoned. So you're going to want to definitely have something blunt for that, whether a baseball bat, a crowbar, whatever it is. And then we're going to move over to the police riot club, and that's going to be kill 10 hordes, which it's just kind of a general thing. It doesn't actually matter what you kill them with, whether it be a car, a weapon, it doesn't really matter as long as you just take out 10 hordes. And then we're going to move over here to the G26, and on the G26 is going to be killed 9 bloaters with pistols. And then the G34 is next, which is 120 zombies in combat. And I do believe that it means it has to be hand-to-hand combat of some fashion, I believe is what that one is. On this one here, we have the Police M590A1, and that is going to be shotgun 100 Zeds, self-explanatory. Then we're going to come over to RC9 Police Carbine, and that one's going to be 12 Screamers with rifles, and that can be sniped, anything like that, doesn't matter, just take them out with a rifle. I do know this, I think it cannot be an assault rifle. I think it does have to be a regular rifle of some kind, because I know that some did not count when I first had my assault rifle actually engaged on this, and I think I had to switch over to a sniper rifle, I think is something I chose. Then we have the military riot club over here, which is kill 100 Zeds in hand-to-hand combat. I do mean just melee combat, so I mean it can be a sword or a blunt weapon, it doesn't matter. But see here, then we're going to come back to the backup bossy over here, the 9mm with 7 rounds. This one, I believe, let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, this is kill 100 Zeds with revolvers. Okay, and then we're going to come over to the sniper rifle. Let me see what my notes say here, because I don't remember what this one is exactly. Oh yeah, this one is the one that took me the longest out of all. It's actually the first one I did also. It was 200 stealth kills. And of course, I mean, we all know what that is. I mean, as far as stealthing them goes. It does not mean sniping them, I don't believe, because I believe I tried that at first. Long range kills, and nothing counted for me. I had to do it up close and personal. So what I kept on doing on that one in general was finding a herd near either near an outpost that I have or near my home base, where I could just kind of sneak up behind the horde, take them out one by one, and usually you get discovered by the time you hit 3 or 4 of them. And I would advise going alone. I wouldn't take any other members with you, because they do tend to jump the gun, kill somebody else, or they get discovered, and then it kind of all falls down on you. But I'd also do it close enough to a base to where you can get away if you do need to run. Then we are going to come over to the MP5 SD, and this is kill 25 freaks. So some of these you can lump together, and that's what we're going to talk about in a second. The UMP SMG. This one is kill 200 plague Zeds at range. So that one can be sniped. It just has to be ranged. Alright, so that's definitely going to be with an assault rifle or such weapon. Let's see here. The high angle rescue ratchet. This one is another big number. This is kill 240 Zeds with blades. And then you're going to want the SWAT 416 here, which this is actually my favorite weapon out of all of them. This is kill 12 plague hearts. So I mean, how early you are on your own map might, kind of define if you want to select this one now or not. I did go ahead and knock this one out early on. I actually just kept swapping back and forth on the same map between difficulty levels so that I could just add more plague hearts to it, and I took it out that way. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add some of them together that will allow you to at least one for one get some of the numbers down a little easier in a package deal, such as, let me see here, with the CMP5SD, the kill 25 freaks, that one you can lump together along with the one that had you, I believe it was rifling, yes, 12 screamers with rifles, because that way every time you kill a screamer, it's also counting you kill a freak on that one as well. So you can eliminate some of those just getting them down half the time if you just go with it that way. Some of the other ones, like let me look through here. Let's see here. I think the hordes one, because every single Zed you kill, yes, that should be right. So say 30 Zeds in close combat, if you actually find some hordes to go after, you can get that one done actually a lot faster if you can do it safely, not get yourself killed, because you will be using a very up close weapon like that right there. But if you have some smoke bombs you can kind of get them with or something like that, even the playing field a little bit, that shouldn't be too bad at all. So, like I said, knocking some of those out isn't that bad. And just remember that once you complete each mission, it will give you that weapon free for that first time. Now, past that, you will have to pay influence, and some of them do get pricey. And it's really up to you whether or not it's worth it to you. Now, I do like the hatchet. Some of these new weapons do kind of come with certain animation changes they've done, such as with the hatchet. It kind of shows that some of the characters will grab them from behind and kind of do like a cutthroat scenario with them. Another one is them kind of a slightly different hatchet to the head. Like I said, and in my opinion, now I do have all Red Talon members in my community, so that could have something to do with it. But it does seem like these automatics do seem to wear out a little quicker than other weapons do. And maybe that's just because of the characters I'm using. It could be. But it just, I don't know, it just seems like their durability isn't quite as high as what I expected them to be, or what they're claiming to be on their stats. And remember too, like this MP5SD right here, it is burst only. It does not go to full auto, where this 5.56 over here, the SWAT 416, does. And like I said, this is definitely my favorite gun out of the whole batch. I do love the axe also, and I think I even actually have been favoring, I think it was the metal nightstick. It's another one that I really do care for. The sniper rifle, I played around with it a little bit. It is pretty good, and it does accept muzzle attachments, so you can silence it, so that's always a good thing. And let's not forget too that in case you guys didn't catch up, or if you didn't read up on the latest update, he also sells all of your World War II pack stuff. There will not be any more World War II traders. They're gone now. The good guys over at Undead Labs, on their latest stream, they kind of admitted that's the random generator they were using to kind of dole out the locations for the ones you just kind of pick up secretly at the hidden locations, or even the weapons traders. They weren't bringing the weapons people wanted. They tended to kind of stockpile just a few on average, and then stuff like, I think it's like the barrel style bar, that one was real hard to come across because they just would never have it. And I think another one was the Ganland Strad was always there, and the A1 Thompson like never was. So they corrected that by just making him your go-to guy for the World War II pack now. So just be aware of that. Don't sit there hoping that you're going to find one in the world anymore, because I think they said this will be the only place to actually get these now. Okay, another thing that you're going to want to remember too is as far as Cash's location in the world on your map, it will give him a certain destination on each map that is going to be his permanent home. He will never change from that. It doesn't matter how many times you leave and come back to the map, that will always be his location. And as you see on Cascade Hills, he's basically dead center of the map. I mean, he's right here. He's on the very tip top of this little mountain, or I guess a little hill area, where I think normally there is nothing here at all. There's not even a campsite or nothing like that. But I mean, he basically got himself an overhead view. Oh god, that frame rate drop is just horrible right there. Ugh, disgusting. But maybe that's where he's wearing his green up here. He kind of camos in a little bit. But this is the location he'll be at every single time you come back here. It doesn't matter what difficulty or anything like that. And he will always appear on the map. I believe you have to either start off building your infirmary or your workshop. I think that's when his little icon will appear up here for his location. I think before then, I don't think he even appears, like if you try to stumble across. If you just start a game, I don't think it'll let you actually find him until you at least complete that first issue on your base. Just something to be aware of. And I'll also show you the other two locations of where he'll be on the other two maps in just a second here. Alright guys, and here we're going to show you on the map here for Meager Valley. He's going to be located just below the bridge right here, dead center of the map again. I mean, a little bit lower, I guess, than what you would call dead center, but right where you tend to find that little strip mall that's on either side. He's quite literally just below the bridge down here. Easy to find, you shouldn't have any problems at all. And then we'll move on to Drucker County, and I will show you his location there. And remember, this will be his location every time you come back. So he'll never change. You'll always know exactly where he is. And as you can see, of course, today he's wearing his Pimp Daddy Pearl White. You know, he went for something a little more high class today. So let's see what he wears when we hit Drucker County next. Alright guys, now this will be his Drucker County location. It's going to be located just behind the office complexes and just west of the fire department and east of the medical facility you find up at the very tip top of the hill. Once again, he's basically a centralized location, and this will be his spot on this map as well every single time you come back to it. Doesn't matter what difficulty. The only map he does not appear on is going to be the Heartland map, so you'll never find him in Trumbull Valley. So just remember that. And as you can see today, once again, now he's wearing something different. This time he is in his full denim outfit, it looks like. Might be a little plaid on the jacket, can't really tell. But let me know. I mean, let me know if you guys like any of these from the CU10 update, if any of the weapons at all, you know, or something that you think you're going to end up using on a full-time basis. And another good thing to remember is that this will be a continuing rollout. So the weapons that he has in this batch is going to change, and I don't know. I'm not sure if they've decided yet if they're going to do it monthly or what it will be, but I know that there will be other weapons coming out, and I want to say there should be at least 2 or 3 other sets of these. So if you miss them this time, you know, if you just forget about them or you just don't take the time to actually, you know, do the missions on some of these and they go away, they will end up cycling back through eventually. So you'll just have to keep an eye out for them. It won't be an overnight thing. Now, I don't know if it's going to be, like I said, monthly or bi-weekly or how they're going to change it up. I'm assuming, I think they said monthly is what they said it could be. But we'll just have to wait and see. Now, another update they did, it's more of just a patch they added into this game, is, oh my god, man. I apologize so much, guys, for the way these frame rates are. Okay, so basically they added in a function now, which is actually in your settings, and it's in the gameplay area, and you'll see right here where it says use camera to target interactions. Now this, as far as I can tell, is now always set to always once the update has been applied. So basically what that does is if it's on, whatever it is the camera is aiming at is what you'll be able to interact with. So you can't really search boxes at the same time as looking behind you, kind of watching over your shoulder to make sure no one's creeping up on you and stuff like that. You have to be physically looking at whatever it is you wish to interact with. Whereas if you go in here and you turn that off, then you can actually, oh my god, come on. You can be facing the opposite direction, searching, opening a door, whatever you want to do, getting into a car, and you don't have to actually be looking at it with the camera angle itself. I am going to stop showing video right now because that is just too horrible for you guys to watch. God, that is so bad. I don't know why they added that. I'm really not sure what function that's supposed to help. But I mean, maybe people were having issues with the graphics, not responding correctly, when they were looking at something. I'm really not sure, but I don't personally care for it. I make sure it's turned off. I mean, let me know if you guys prefer it or not, or let me know what the benefit is of it. Maybe it's just something I'm not seeing. But either way, let me know. And another thing is too, and this is something that I've run into numerous people about, and I won't go into the gameplay on it just because I don't want to have to make you guys deal with the frame rate issue right there. But during the Daybreak series itself, if you and me and a few other people had noticed it, and we actually got together and took the time to count these. But whenever you kill a bloater in Daybreak, you some of the times would get a character that would respond, stay away from that cloud, or just beware of that, whatever. Well, now the character will respond to it every single time, and in general it is the same response. I had a character that we counted 58 "don't go near that" every time a bloater basically was killed. It didn't have to be shot. It could have tripped on a landmine or whatever it is. But every single time one exploded, even if it was on the opposite side of the screen and the character was nowhere near it, if it detonated on the screen, my character would shout out, "Don't go near that." It doesn't matter for the first 10 or 15 times, but after you hear it 40, 50 times, you are ready to sacrifice yourself to the Zed gods. You're ready to let your character be ripped apart by a pharaoh. You don't like this person anymore, and you really don't see the point in protecting the technician after that. The character gets so annoying to you. And I've actually, me and a few other people have actually written in to Undead Labs just to let them know what's going on with that, because it's not supposed to be like that. It was supposed to make the characters a little more interactive and have their speech active a little bit, as compared to what they were killing, but it's overdone it for some reason. So let me know if you guys have experienced it at all yet, or if you even played around with it. And if you do, let me know what you think about it, and let me know what phrases are driving you up the freaking wall on it, because it is just something that will make you want to slit your characters' throats. But I think that's going to be about it for this one, guys. Like I said, the whole secret to the whole obtaining these weapons thing is really just going to be to your preference to begin with. Is the item that you're talking about worth the effort of going after? And if it is, try to knock them out several at a time. If you see several things that are all taken down in hand-to-hand combats, or if it's just a very basic, kill this many Zeds and it doesn't specify how, loop those things together. I'll group them all in one big sum, so that way every time, even if you don't want to complete that entire task at that time, at least while you're doing those, one for one is taking them out at the same time. And remember that you don't have to complete the missions all in one go if you don't want to. Some of those are pretty high, like the 100 Zeds with revolvers and stuff like that, or 120 Zeds in close combat. Especially the one that is kill 200 plague Zeds at range. That's not too hard if you're just starting off the game or just that map, and you still have plenty of plague Zeds on there. But if you've already killed all the plague cards on your map, you're going to run into problems with that, obviously. Another one is the 200 stealth kills. That took me the longest out of all of them to do. And basically, how I accomplished that one was basically just sticking near my base or near an outpost, and usually I would just wait for a horde to come by and walk up behind them, go alone, don't take somebody from your community, because they always seem to get spotted before you will, and they'll just kind of throw everything off. But usually you can take out, if there's a group of 7 to 10 of them there, you can get through 4 or 5 of those guys just creeping up from the tail end of them and working your way forward, stealth killing them one at a time before they'll actually notice you. So I would recommend doing that by yourself. But if you choose to, start one of those, say the 240 Zeds with blades or the 200 stealth kills, and you just kind of get tired of that one for a while, you want to move on to something else, you can discontinue that one, start a new one, and it will save your progress. You don't lose any of that. It's not going to go away, so you can always come back to it later, or once you've obtained everything else, go back to it then. Or if you decide you want to group something else with it later on, it will save your progress no matter how far you are. So let me know what tips have worked for you guys. Let me know what you guys have found works the fastest way. I did manage to unlock all these within a few hours, but that's only because I went ahead and set forth, to do that. There wasn't much else, to say about that. I wanted to test out the weapons, and I wanted to see how each one performed. And like I said, in my opinion, some of them, like that Swap 416, is my favorite one out of all. It does have a small clip on it, and that's really the downfall to all of these, in my opinion, is none of them have the capacity that I think you really need to carry them for anything more than a backup. Outside the sniper rifle, if you're just looking to go out and snipe some things. But let me know in the comments, which guns are your favorite, which handheld weapons are your favorites, and let me know if you had any problems, like I said, with them wearing out fast or anything like that, or if it's just my guys and they need to be punished for it. So, until next time, guys, this is TJ, out.